Hi, welcome to Magic Lantern Films Video Film Rant, a new feature here on this relatively new blog, trying to figure out different ways to put some postings up on cinema and film. I thought I would try this video thing, see how it goes, try to put one up a week, keep up with it, see what your reactions are to it, see if anybody's watching, and hopefully keep up with this. My first rant, it's only a few minutes, and you can certainly click on the link below to read in further depth. I was trying to think of what to write about, and I was having a discussion with another film friend of mine, and we were discussing Woody Allen. So I thought, all right, great, let me make a list of the top 10 Woody Allen films, since he's made so many great films. And that's, when you click on the link, you'll read my top 10 films of Woody Allen, in my opinion, with synopsis, my own opinions on each film, as well as some trailers and video scenes as well. And this friend of mine and myself were discussing Woody Allen. And if you, let me also say this: if you don't like Woody Allen, you're not going to like this film rant. If you don't like his humor or just don't like him, then you're never going to like him. He's really a kind of, I don't know, a very dividing figure in motion picture. You either like him or you don't. It's plain and simple. I've been an avid fan of his for a very, very long time, of his prose, of his plays, and certainly of his films. When there is a Woody Allen film that comes out, I don't care what the reviews are of what I've read of it, Woody gets my money. I'll give him my $10 anytime, even with the last 10 years, and that's mainly what this rant is about. I think what you could say about Woody Allen and his output, if you look at his resume of films, the last great film that he has done came in 1999. Sweet and Lowdown. Sean Penn was magnificent in the lead role as a guitarist, the world's second greatest guitar player. And if you look at his output since then, it's been disappointing. I mean, let's be honest. Even the great Woody Allen fans have to say it. It's been relatively disappointing. Okay, the three films that followed Sweet and Lowdown, I think it was the DreamWorks films of Small Time Crooks, Curse of the Jade Scorpion, which I can't get into, and then finally you had Hollywood Ending, which wasn't so bad either. Three fluff films, comedy, not much substance to them. You can watch Small Time Crooks and get some enjoyment out of it. There's a very honeymooners feel like to it, but not much else of any substance. I know in 2005 Match Point came out, and everybody said, oh, Woody Allen's back, and he got his Oscar nomination for the screenplay, and now Woody's back, and he's not in New York anymore, he's in London. And really, it was, in my opinion, it was a strong film. It was a good film, a strong 3-star film, but nothing more. I didn't think Woody was back in any way. These are themes that he's had already explored ad nauseum, certainly in Crimes and Misdemeanors. So though his setting shifted from New York to London, I really didn't think there was much, spectacular about the film. I thought it was a little bit overrated, to tell you the truth. And then he explored the themes once again a couple years later in Cassandra's Dream. So I'm hoping that later on this year, his new film, You Will Meet a Tall Dark Stranger, I think it comes out this fall, starring Sir Anthony Hopkins, Naomi Watts, Antonio Banderas. I'm expecting very good things. I always do. Sometimes I'm disappointed. Lately I have been. But there's always hope. So I will go see this film. I'm talking to my film friend. We're discussing Woody Allen. He comes out with a film a year, and my friend and I thought it was a pretty good idea if Woody Allen just took a sabbatical and took a year off, took 2 years off, 3 years off, come back fresh, come back new, come back inspired. Okay, rather than just setting your films in a different place because you can't afford to shoot in New York anymore. Okay. When you're sitting in a Woody Allen film, you see the very familiar Windsor-type font, and there's something very comforting about that. You know what you're in for the next 90 minutes. You know you're in for, a Woody Allen film, and you're there because you're a Woody Allen fan, so there's something very comforting about that. However, some filmmakers you look at, and you look at their resume, and they just go from genre to genre. You look at Ang Lee, for instance, genre to genre. The Hulk, The Ice Storm, Brokeback Mountain, taking Woodstock. I mean, always challenging himself in different genres and different forms. And though Woody does push and change up in little bits, and pieces, really you're in a Woody Allen film. I mean, there's not much that he does change. The characters are usually the same. The dilemmas and themes are usually the same. When he does break out and does try to do something new, if you look at Everyone Says I Love You, is a perfect example. Where he tries this musical, and it wasn't a bad film, and I definitely applauded the effort. I still enjoy watching it. You still know and are very well aware that you're watching a Woody Allen film. It's the same dialogue, it's the same type of characters. This New York upper class characters. You're seeing a Woody Allen film. I think a sabbatical might be a really good idea, or at least try something different. Do a war film, do a biography, do something else. The themes of religion, and is there a God, and does God exist, and adultery, infidelity, getting away with a crime. These things, he's explored it. We know it. We know what he feels about it. I hope one day he'll just move on and do something completely different. This is a man who has created some of the great films in the 20th century, bar none, no question. His directorial debut in 1969, Take the Money and Run, is one of classic comedy films. It started those early Woody comedies of Bananas and Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex and Love and Death. These are great, funny Woody Allen films. And that all kind of changed in 1977, of course, with Annie Hall, the classic film, the classic Annie Hall, Diane Keaton, and he started to get a little bit more dramatic and add dramatic elements to it, which was great. It was a tremendous shift for him as a filmmaker. Fantastic. This rant is about the last 10 years. What is anything else? Why was it made? Why did you film it? Why did anyone distribute it? Anything else was nothing short of a disgrace of a film, with a lot of the same themes and a lot of you reminisce back to Annie Hall in that. We don't need that, okay? Vicky Cristina Barcelona, Penelope Cruz stole her Oscar for that. Again, Woody Allen writes great dialogue for women. He's always written very strong female characters. Ask Penelope, ask Diane Weiss, Diane Keaton, Mia Farrow, all had great female characters. But if you look at Vicky Cristina Barcelona, it was an okay film. I know he's with the new muse in Scarlett Johansson, who's a wonderful actress. I adore her. I love watching her. Scoop, I don't know what that was. Again, back to the old type of Woody Allen, but I think that as he's gotten older, he's gotten a little bit more out of touch. His dialogue, his jokes, a little dated. And I say this, I know I'm ragging on him, but I love him. I always put him in as far as someone asks me, who are your favorite filmmakers? I always put him in there. Always used to be my number one. But if you look at the last 10 years, not so great. I think in Melinda, he referenced Tiddlywinks. Who even knows what the hell Tiddlywinks is? I have no idea. But hopefully his new film and the films that follow will be much stronger. You look at some filmmakers, they get better with age. Look at Clint Eastwood. He hasn't made better films than he has in the past 10 years. It's just kind of a reverse direction. So anyway, here's hoping that the next film is great. I love Woody Allen. If you click on the link below, you'll see what my top 10 Woody Allen films are, which was a very, very difficult list to come up with. I was going to try and expand it to 12, but I figured I'd just stick to the 10. Obviously, if you've sat and listened to this whole rant, you'll know that there's not one film from the last 10 years on this list. But please read, please comment, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.